Hello Clippers! Welcome to another episode of Trending Klipps where you get your weekly dose of news and information. I am your host Trojan Santiago and these are the top stories of the week. EU-PH relations strengthens. PH initiates ASEAN disaster insurance programs, and DBM proposes 100% increase in military and police pay. Amidst the prevailing atmosphere of protectionism and isolation under the current administration, calls of cooperation and open trade resounded on Wednesday, October 18, 2017 at the European Union Philippines or EU-PH Business Summit held at the Soler Resorts and Casino. The summit themed the EU and the Philippines, Partners for Progress and Prosperity, allowed European diplomats and Philippine government officials to talk about improvements on foreign relations and liberal trade policies. The EU diplomats reported the trading status between the Philippines and European countries. In return, Philippine government officials revealed pending laws in the House of Representatives that would improve the ease of doing business for foreigners. However, the EU diplomats took advantage of the summit to express their take on President Rodrigo Duterte's latest outburst against them. It can be recalled that the president threatened to expel the EU after the Progressive Alliance condemned the current administration for its brutal anti-drug war. The EU denied having official ties to the Progressive Alliance, a statement which government officials took as a cue to retract the president's threat of EU expulsion. Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri, chairman of the Senate Committee for Trade, Commerce and Industry, advised the EU diplomats to dismiss the rhetoric. In spite of the stir caused by the president's latest pronouncement, the EU-PH Business Summit went on as expected and delivered positive reports about the EU-PH trade relations. Philippines' exports to the EU in 2016 amounted to 6.6 billion euros, making the Philippines the Western Bloc's fourth largest trade partner. Among the top imports to EU were crude coconut oil, canned tuna, preserved pineapples, and rubber. Trade and Industry Secretary Ramon Lopez encouraged EU member countries to continue capitalizing on Philippines' potentials. The summit capped with a keynote speech from Vice President Leni Robredo, who said that in spite of human rights violations being a contentious issue these days, it should not affect the strong ties between EU and the Philippines. The Philippines has teamed up with other Association of Southeast Asian Nations or ASEAN members to improve catastrophic reinsurance initiatives that will help communities across the region recover faster from the impact of natural disasters. In a statement, Finance Secretary Carlos G. Dominguez III said the Philippines is also working on improving building standards to ensure that structures are climate resilient and is expediting the rehabilitation of existing irrigation systems. Dominguez also said that they are working on constructing new irrigation systems, particularly in the northern and southern parts of the Philippines, among other initiatives to mitigate the impact of erratic climate patterns resulting from global warming. Underscoring the urgency of addressing the impact of climate change on the economy, Dominguez said that he has assigned an assistant secretary in the Department of Finance to focus primarily on this aspect. Dominguez tasked Finance Assistant Secretary and spokesperson Paula Alvarez to work on developing mechanisms that would make disaster-prone areas in the country more resilient against calamities. The Philippines has recently made available a 1 billion peso insurance fund under its parametric insurance pilot project to 25 disaster-prone provinces in the country to help them act faster and better respond to the devastating impact of natural calamities. Department of Budget and Management or DBM Secretary Benjamin Jokno announced on Friday that the proposal to increase the salaries of the military and the uniformed personnel or MUP is now in the hands of the Congress. In a statement, Jokno said that the draft resolution containing the modified base pay schedule of MUP has already been endorsed to Congress after it was approved by the Office of the President last September 20. If adopted, Jokno said a police officer 1 and those with equivalent rank could enjoy a 100% increase in their salary or possibly a 29,668 pesos monthly base pay. Jokno said salary adjustment would result to a 58.7% average increase for all MUP ranks effective January 1, 2018. The resolution, if approved by both houses of Congress, will double the base pay of a police officer 1 in the Philippine National Police or a private in the Department of National Defense and equivalent ranks in the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, Bureau of Fire Protection, Philippine Public Safety College, Philippine Coast Guard, and the National Mapping and Resource Information Authority. Jokno said that the increase in the base pay would result to increases in other allowances and bonuses that are computed as a percentage of base pay such as longevity pay or FOG pay, mid-year bonus, year-end bonus, and will effectively discontinue the grant of provisional and officers' allowances, an interim measure pending the modification of the base pay schedule. The DBM head also said the net take-home pay will be much higher than the previous arrangement since the longevity pay is tax exempt, while the interim allowances like provisional and officers' allowances are subject to income tax. Tax exempt collateral allowances like flying pay, sea duty pay, and instructors' duty pay are expected to increase as well. Moreover, Jokno said the passage of the first package of the Comprehensive Tax Reform Program would further increase the net take-home pay of the MUP with a lowering of income tax rates. According to DBM estimates, the increase in the base pay of soldiers, policemen, firefighters, and jail guards would entail an additional cost of 63.4 billion pesos to the government. And that's it for all of you. Tune in again next time for the hottest updates only here on Clip TV. But again, before I go, I just want to tell you, if you haven't followed us yet on our social media accounts, then it's high time for you to do so. Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/clip.tv. On Instagram, follow us at ClipTVPH and tweet us on Twitter at Clip_TV. I am your host, Trojan Santiago. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.